You had to unmute, Ken.
All right, Dave. Thanks, first of all, for you and Kim for having me on. I was looking around the screen, Dave, and I mean, I've known Kim for like 5 years, maybe 5.5, and you almost that long, and Sonia, and I'm looking Wanda for a few years, Benita, but there's, I don't know, 80% of the people on your Zoom tonight that I don't think I've met, or maybe, I feel a lot of times we're meeting on the IPA at the last event we had in Florida. Everybody was like, "Oh, I know you from IPA, from IPA." So we're kind of getting to know each other on that daily Zoom, but most of you I haven't met. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, giving us your time and working so hard. Patty, I've gotten to know Patty recently. Congratulations. That senior officer is a huge promotion or title advancement in her company. And not just because of the income it produces, but as Patty was talking about, it just raises your confidence and your belief when you start seeing it happen. And guys, I'm just here to tell you, of course, Kim, I'm sure shares all the time about her life's been changed. But Dave, before I get into the lifestyle rewards, I thought maybe I would just share a little bit about my story so other people on here can realize just what can happen for you. Folks, I'm originally from West Virginia. Guys, I lived in a county. Get this. I know Dave lives out in the country, but Dave, I lived in a county that doesn't have a stoplight or a 4-lane highway in the entire county for like 47 years of my life. Now, why do I even bring that up? Guys, I've been in this industry for 23 years. And so the first about 15 years was in that county without a stoplight or a 4-lane highway. Yet I was able to build a team of over 80,000 distributors while I lived in that county. What's the point of that? Folks, you can do this business from anywhere, especially with today's technology. And I've been, I was part-time for about 2 years. And 2 years into working at part-time, I was able to replace my full-time income in the computer field. I went to college for that, thought that was my career. That was 21 years ago this past January, Dave, since I've had to work a job because of residual income. Guys, if you ever understand what residual income means, change your life forever. I became a grandpa 8 years ago, and I tried to get my daughter to name him Residual. Okay, because it puts a smile on your face when you understand what she didn't go for it, by the way, thankfully. I tried leverage after that. She didn't go for leverage either. But guys, it can change your life. I've been able to build my dream house, drive my dream car, all that kind of stuff. But more importantly, the most exciting thing for me at this point, David, is helping people like David and Kim, seeing Kim's life change forever. That's what even now. I mean, I can get emotional and I can feel chills running down my back because you can be a small part of somebody's health changing forever and their wealth changing forever. And I don't think, Dave, there's a better industry in the world. In fact, I know there's not a better industry in the world where an average person like myself, who couldn't spell network marketing when I got started, can truly change their life and then share it with so many other people around the world in 58 countries. And I've made some of my best friends. Dave's become one of my best friends. Kim's become one of my best friends through this business. Todd Rowland and I are best friends. So, guys, it can change your life in so many ways. So, I just kind of wanted to let people get a vision, Dave, of what can happen, especially with the system we have, the company we have, the products we have, and the momentum that we've got going on right now. I told you I've been in the industry 23 years. I've never seen a July that was bigger than June or a June that was bigger than May. Normally, you have a real slowdown in June and July and part of August as people are on vacation. And if your business is slowed down, it's totally normal. It happens to everybody. But the company, because of the momentum we have, the company's actually growing in July, which is unheard of. So I can just assure you, if you'll continue to plant seeds, Patty was talking about that. If you'll plant seeds through the summer here, and we get into PXP, which is our company convention, coming out of that convention, your business will absolutely explode. I have seen it over and over and over. October, November is the best time of the year to build a business. So, Dave, I didn't know if that was what you guys wanted or not. We didn't even talk about that, but I just felt like it might be appropriate. But Dave and Kim specifically asked me to talk about our lifestyle rewards program. And it's really, to phrase it up, it's a perk where you can make some additional income while you're building your business, as David said. It's called Lifestyle Rewards. You can see it in your back office. If you go into the back office under My Money, it's the very first option underneath it. It'll say lifestyle rewards. And I would suggest too that you do view it on a computer. It'll show you much more than trying to see it on your phone. There's some columns and things like that that doesn't show up on your phone that will show up on the computer. Okay. And I'll also tell you that those points are used for two things, Dave. You can either let them accumulate and use them for our trips. And by the way, a new trip will be announced at PXP, and you're going to find out that it's easier to get on the trip than it has been in the past. So that's good news. It's going to be simpler to understand on how you win that trip. So stay tuned for that. So you can use these points for trips, or you can use them for product. You can set your auto delivery up to use points that you've transferred out of these lifestyle rewards points. So those are the two ways you use it. And when you're looking at those points, one lifestyle reward or 100 lifestyle reward points converts into $1. So if you had 1,000 points, that would be $10. Okay. 1,500 points is worth $15. And you can quickly know how much dollars you have by taking 2 decimals off. So if you had 1,000 points in there, just take the 2 zeros off, it's worth $10. 10,000 points is worth $100. 100,000 points is worth $1,000. Okay. Real simple once you know it. It's a little crazy converting until you understand, oh, it's just take 2 decimals off. Okay. Now, and by the way, I'll take questions when we're done here, but there's 9 different ways you can earn lifestyle rewards points. But I will tell you, 3 of them are just when you first get started. So there's only 6 ongoing. I'll cover each one quickly. But really, there's 2 main ways you earn them and 1 significant way. The other ways you can make hundreds of dollars, there's 1 way where you can make thousands of dollars, even tens of thousands of dollars. And as Dave said, the dump happens at the 1st of July because it's based on a 6-month period. So it's early July and early January. Just to give you an idea of what can happen, I have 1 person on my team who got $26,000 worth of points. $26,000 worth. Think about that. Now that's unusual and that's a record. But I had a second person who made over $14,000, and I had several who made $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000. So it can be very significant, especially in one way that you earn it. So what I'll do real quick, Dave, the 3 ways that new people can earn it, because this goes away after you first get started. Attaining your business level. Somebody said, I think it was Susan Cox. By the way, I've gotten to know Susan maybe a couple of years now. Somebody made ultimate. When you make that business level, ultimate level is 1,500 volume points. Well, you also get 1,500 lifestyle credits for that. Remember, 1,500 points is worth $15. So it's not a lot of money, but it's $15 for doing what you should be doing anyway. So when you achieve that business level, you can earn that $15. If you sponsor 4 people to make gold status, you go out and sponsor 4 people in your first 8 weeks who get at least 200 volume points. You get the equivalent of $20 for doing that. Again, not a lot of money there. And then if you order product your first 6 months above your auto delivery, you get points for each dollar you spend for that. Doesn't amount to a lot. Again, honestly, you can make what, $40, $50, $60 for those ways. The next way, the 4th way you earn money is by being in the top 10 power rankers at the end of the year. So that's only 10 people in the whole company in the region. So it's only 10 people do that. So that's not a big one there. Now, title advancements. Patty just made senior officer, right? To make senior officer, you got to have 13,334 points on a pay line. That's how she earned $2,000 in base commission. When you make that title advancement with 13,334 points, you get that many lifestyle rewards points. 13,334, that will convert to what, $133. So Patty will get $133 worth of points because she made that title. So that becomes significant, right? And then each month that she earns $2,000 in base commissions, meaning she's earning at her title, they will give her 25% of those points every month she does that. Okay. not huge, but $133, not bad. And then by attending the event, like if you purchase a ticket to PXP, a ticket to PXP for everything's about $200. You get 2,000, roughly 2,000 points for that, which is worth $20. So guys, you can see all the way through here, it's $20 for this, nothing significant. The main two ways that you earn, though, can get more significant. And I'm going to save the biggest one for last, Dave. The next one, the way you earn is by sponsoring people, signing up new brand partners or new customers. When you sign up a new brand partner, if you sign up somebody as an ultimate, so they come in with 1,500 volume points, you earn 1,500 points or $15 it would equate to. If they come in at an elite level, 1,000 points, you would earn 1,000 points or $10. So for every ultimate, $15, $15, $15. Every time you sponsor a brand partner or a customer, you get paid points for that. Dave, I am going to stop it there and see if there's any questions before I get to this main way that we earn those points. Any questions on any of that so far, anybody? I guess you can just unmute or.
Yeah, unmute or raise your hand. I'll see if they raise their hand too. So, but yeah, that's a lot of information. That's good information.
Yeah,
I know
it's a lot of ways, and like I say, 3 of them go away after you get started. So there's only 6 ongoing, and honestly, only 2 are real significant, and then one that we'll talk about at the end here is the way you can make thousands, even tens of thousands of extra dollars.
Hey, Ken, they also need to know it never goes away, that it just compiles.
Yeah, well, with one exception there, I would say, Patty, you must keep a subscription, an auto ship. Another reason you want to be on auto delivery or subscribe and save, your lifestyle points never go away, your carryover never goes away, and it qualifies you to get paid, all that. But she's right, because what you can also do, and I have a lot of people do this, let's say you don't have enough points to earn the next trip, but you've got half the points. You keep those points accumulating, and you can earn that trip the next time it's announced. So the next time it's announced. I've got one guy that's been accumulating his points. He literally has, last time I looked, he was approaching $50,000 worth of points. And I'm like, you can take 10 families on the next trip, and that's probably what he'll do. So you can let those points, his been accumulating for ever since we've had it. So most people use them each trip if you have enough, but maybe you can't go on the trip. The date don't work for you. As Patty's pointing out correctly, those points just stay there and keep accumulating them so that you qualify for the next trip, or a product or whatever you want to use it for. Good point, Patty. Anything else?
And then
Go ahead.
also, Ken, this is, you've got to do more than what you did the last 6 months.
Well, I'm getting ready to get to that part.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't covered the main way we make it. I just covered the ones where you earn a little bit of money.
I got you.
Okay. If there are any questions, we'll take any that you want. So the main way that you earn lifestyle points, which you convert into the trip or products, is increasing your base commission 1 6-month period over the previous 6-month period. And it runs from January to the end of June, and then from July the 1st to the end of the year. So we're on that second 6 months of the year. So ever how much you can increase your base commission this 6-month period over your previous 6-month period. Now listen close here, and I'll make sure you understand this. For every $750 you increase your base commission, they will give you an additional $250. We got beeped out there, so let me repeat that. For every $750 above the last 6 months you make in base commission, you get an additional $250. Think about that. You earn an extra $750, they give you $250. And by the way, so that you'll know how they come up with that $750, if you increase your base commission by 5,000 volume, that's $750 because you make 15% of 5,750. So if you look at how much money you made in base commissions from January to the end of June, ever how much you can increase at this next 6-month period, For every $750 you increase it, they add $250 per. So if you make $1,500 more dollars, they give you $500. You make $3,000 more dollars, they give you $1,000 more dollars. So start thinking about that. That's how. So if you made 9,000 more, you get 3,000 extra dollars. So it becomes very, very significant if you have a growth 6 months over the previous 6 months. And as Kim was pointing out there, it's based on the previous 6 months. So you want to increase from July to December the amount you made from from January to June. And then when we get to January, you want to make more of that next 6 months than you did the 6 months that we're in now. It's just based on making more money this 6 months than you did the previous 6 month period. But guys, it becomes significant if you have a growth period. Kim can tell you, and we won't get into specifics, she has made tens of thousands of extra dollars in lifestyle credits. She's never paid for a trip. She still has money in there to pay for the next trip, probably the next trip. And so do I. I've never paid for a trip. Guys, as I said in the beginning, if any of this confuses you and you just got started, you'll learn it as we go along. But really the main thing, and Dave, you pointed this out at the very start, really, guys, it's just a perk for you to get paid some extra for trips and product while you're building your business. Patty wasn't trying to get promoted to senior officer to get these lifestyle points, right? She was just doing it to build her business. But she happens to get $133 worth of points because she made that. So it's really, you're getting paid some extra perks out there while you're building your business anyway. And if you have a growth period, this can turn into certainly thousands, and in some cases, tens of thousands of extra dollars come January. I see Annie Snyder has her hand up, I believe, Dave. She got a question, Annie?
Hey guys, it's Amy here. I just wanted to mention that if you do cash yours in, it goes into your e-wallet. You can't use those for your downline. You have to use it for yourself. I found that out.
I don't know who told you that, Annie, but that is incorrect.
It didn't work though for me.
Well, call me if you want to do that, because it does work. I just did it for some people today. Yeah. Okay. So when you go into your back office too, there's a section under Partner Co-Pay that says e-wallet manager.
Yeah.
And so if you've transferred money into your e-wallet, that's how you can get to it. Under that e-wallet management, you can transfer money to, say, somebody in your downline or somebody on your team. Okay. However, for them you have to set up a PIN for them. I don't know if anybody shared this with you, but there is ways you can share those points or e-wallet money with anybody on your team.
Well, I called corporate and corporate wasn't able to do it either. So I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, you probably just didn't get a hold of the right person, people on the elite line or somebody that's new or whatever, because it's a little delicate to know how to do it. But I can help you if you need to do it or still want to do it. I've done it today, like I said.
Okay.
Same thing, Amy. If you need help, I can get it done too, because I've done that many times with mine.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sure. And again, I'm glad you asked that, Amy, because Dave, that's a great perk once again. So you could transfer some to help your people if you want at different times. If they even run a promotion, hey, you do so-and-so and I'll transfer 100 e-wallet money to you, whatever, however you want to do it.
That's a good idea, Ken. You just put something in my mind.
And then it doesn't really cost you. Once again, it's an extra perk of money you're really getting while you're building your team, and you have that flexibility. And really, I knew this, but I told you in the beginning, you really use that for trips or to buy a product. I kind of left out, there is a third option. You can help your team with it to help them buy a product or make a trip or whatever.
And Ken, that means that if you have a new person and you put points on like new volume bonus, it will pay as if, right? With those points, if you've got a new person you put in and you give them those points, you'll get the new volume bonus.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's right.
That's great to know. Great to know.
So another thing that I used some of mine for this last time in January, I had over $3,000 given to me in the e-wallet from the points. And so I need to get somebody to Ultimate. So I bought enough drops to get them to Ultimate. But guess what? I made 100% profit on those drops because it cost me nothing. So I made money off of my money that was given to me. It's incredible, absolutely incredible.
It is, Dave. And see, I didn't know how much you got, but see, guys, you can see Dave got 3,000 in January. So it can be significant, and then you have flexibility with it.
The other thing I just want to make a statement about, this is Sonia. I just want to make a statement. It's wonderful that the company doesn't, take it away from you after a year. There's not a time limit on that. And that's a massive perk for everybody on the call and in the business. And that way you can also share that with the new people that come on board as well. It just continues to grow and grow, and it's never taken away after a period of time. If you don't use it,
It keeps accumulating.
kind of
You
thing.
can save-
It's
you can
always there
save
for us.
Scripts, whatever you want.
Absolutely. Yep.
Does anybody have any questions for Kim before we let him go? Because that was a lot of good information. I did see a question about where to access it, and I think we kind of mentioned it, but you go to your back office and you go under is it My Money, right? You go under My
Under
Money.
My Money, then Lifestyle Rewards. And then when you get in there, especially on a computer, I would recommend not doing this on the phone because there's a lot of information there. But on the computer, you'll immediately see how many points you have in there. And then there's a way you click on something that says get it, and then you follow a system. Let somebody help you the first time, or call rep support and say, okay, I want $100 transferred to my e-wallet, and they'll do it for you. But we can also step you through that, but that's where it's at.
Right. Awesome stuff, y'all. Does anybody have any questions? The one once. Tammy, you always have questions. You're shaking your head no.
I'm looking forward to meeting everybody at PXP. And the Maine girl, she tried to get Maine Tammy there. She tried to get me off track right away, bear hunting in Maine. I don't know why she did that to me. And I kept my composure though, Dave. I didn't let her get me sidetracked.
Hey, the name of her farm's like Turkey Lane or something too. So I mean,
Turkey Farm Road.
it's bad, Ken. I can't deal with her.
Hey,
Well,
I got
look
a
forward to meeting
question.
everybody. Go ahead, Ernest.
Ken might can answer this. I was on a Zoom today with Anthony, and we invited some folks to Orlando, and he said all the tickets were sold. What do you think the chances of them generate some more tickets, Ken?
All the tickets are sold, but there are several. I know one lady who bought 50 extra tickets. So if you go to Partner Code Nation or one of the websites, you
Okay.
just put it on there. There's probably hundreds available that people bought extras, but there are no more from the company.
All right, thanks.
I've got one for you, Ernest, just one though from Bonita.
Yeah. So there's some extras out there. We'll be able to find some up. I mean, unfortunately, life happens to people, and there's people planning right now to go. The last week there'll be some available, but the exciting thing is they extended the room that we're in by like 500, and they sold those 500 tickets. So we have 4 PXPs going on around the world, and all 4 have sold out and no more space to grow. Pretty amazing.
Awesome. Well, go
I
ahead and
got a
stop.
question.
Oh, go ahead. Before I stop recording, go ahead.
This is Benita. I'm looking at my progress underneath there. So is that the dump you're talking about, which is week 30 to 52?
Where are you
That's
looking at,
what-
Anita?
That's for the
I'm
new 6 months.
Yeah, that would be the new
Okay.
6 months. And 2, when you're back there, when you're on that site, Benita, there's up on the top, there's a transaction history and an earning history. If you click on the transaction history, it will show you every time points were put in there and why they were put in there. You sponsored a new customer, you sponsored a new brand partner, the 6-month dump that we're talking about, all that would be detailed under the transaction history for you.
So if I don't have one that says 6 month dump, I didn't get one.
It will say Payline growth. If you had more than $750 in Payline growth, then you would have had something for that.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, I'm gonna stop recording.